Welcome to another episode of Throwing It Back with Sean Farrell. I am Sean Farrell. God is great all the time. All the time, God is great. Jesus Christ is Lord. Let's get into it. I know I said I was out until the new year, but I lied. Okay, I lied. Just a couple of things today. First of all, for those of you who may not have heard, Greg Gumbel passed away at the age of 78 due to cancer. Rest in peace, brother. He was one of the broadcasters for the NBA on NBC. He was the one who primarily worked with Bill Walton and Steve Jones. I think one of his more famous calls for the NBA on NBC was Ellie out of the three. Look at that. I just butchered the damn call, man. Yeah. Let me restart that. One of his most famous calls is when the 1995 Western Conference Semifinals, Game 7, when Mario Ellie hit the kiss of death three, looked at Joe Klein. And I think that was one of his more famous calls, Game 7 of the Eastern Conference. I'm messing up already. That's twice I know I done messed up. Shame on me. So that was one of his more famous calls, the kiss of death, Mario Ellie three-pointer in the Western Conference Semifinals in 1995. I remember he also called the 1995 Western Conference Finals, Rockets versus Spurs. I remember when Marv Albert was out for Game 1 of the 1996 Eastern Conference Finals. It was actually Greg Gumbel who stepped in to call Game 1 with Matt Guokas and Bill Walton. Game 1 of the 1996 Eastern Conference Finals. It was Bill Walton, Matt Guokas, and Greg Gumbel on the call. The Bulls won 121-83, despite 38 points from Penny Hardaway. Okay, so I think Walton, Gumbel, and Jones were underrated. Okay, they were one of the more underrated broadcast trios. Of course, one of my favorites, all-time favorites. I got to go back to the beginning, the original. Marv Albert and the Czar of the Illustrator, Mike Fratello. They were together for 3 years, and they were just fun. They were just so fun to listen to. Marv Albert and the Czar of the Illustrator, Mike Fratello. Dick Enberg. Oh, I love Dick Enberg on the NBA on NBC. Yes, I love Dick Enberg. He was the one who primarily worked with Steve Snapper Jones. Okay. And another broadcast team that I liked, Tom Hemmings and Bill Walton. Yeah. I love Tom Hemmings and Bill Walton. And then later it was Tom Hemmings, Snapper, and then also Bill Walton too. Okay. Yeah, so I would say my top 5 broadcasting teams on it. No, well, I can't say I have a top 5 because I have several favorites in no particular order. Marv Albert and the Czar of the Illustrator, Mike Fratello. Dick Enberg and Steve Jones. Bob Costas and Doug Hollins. Tom Hemmings, Snapper, Bill Walton. The NBA Finals coverage on 1995, 96, and 97. It was Marv Albert, Matt Guokas, and Bill Walton in 1995, 96, and 97 on the Finals coverage. I love them too. Who else? You may not know this, but Mike Breen. Yeah. Mike Breen was there. Mike Breen came on to the NBA on NBC towards the late 90s. He worked with, I believe he worked with PJ Carlesimo, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. He worked with PJ Carlesimo. Yeah, so Mike Breen was there for the NBA on NBC. Um, of course, I love Jim Gray. I loved Hannah Storm. Julius Erving was a studio analyst there for a few years. Ahmad Rashad. Oh, man. Ahmad Rashad. Yes. You remember every time they cut to Bob Costas in the studio? Let's return to Marv, Mike, Magic, and Ahmad. But rest in peace, Greg Gumbel. One of my NBA on NBC. Obviously, excellent NFL broadcaster as well. Let's not take away from that. He was an excellent broadcaster. Worked with Phil Simms, Trent Green. I believe he also worked with J.F. Illy too on NFL coverage. Worked for the NFL on CBS. NFL on NBC. Also when the NBA was on CBS. Yeah, he was a broadcaster for the NBA on CBS. Yeah. So Greg Gumbel, man, great broadcaster, great person. Man, passes away at 78. Rest in peace, brother. I know you're calling games in heaven now. Okay. Yeah. So I also thought about this. And this just popped into my head while I was watching this. Being the NBA history nut that I am, nut junkie, whatever you want to call it. I was watching Operation Flagrant Foul, the documentary on Tim Donaghy and the NBA referee cheating scandal in the early to mid 2000s, or late 2000s. And this just kind of popped into my head. I was just thinking about officials, not as far as gambling, but it just made me think back to Game 2 of the 1993 Eastern Conference Finals, and this had absolutely nothing to do with gambling. This is all basketball related, non-gambling, non-scandal stuff. This is all basketball related stuff I'm talking about here. It made me think of Game 2 of the 1993 NBA Finals. Game 2 of the 1993 Eastern Conference Finals when the Bulls were playing the Knicks. Okay. And Scottie Pippen. The Bulls were down by 14 late in the third quarter. Okay. They were down by 14 late in the third quarter into the fourth quarter. And Scottie Pippen was bringing the ball up. Scottie Pippen bring the ball up. And all of a sudden, Bill Oakes called like a double dribble. Okay. Bill Oakes called a double dribble. And Pippen was not happy about that call. And Pippen had the ball, still held the ball. Talked to Bill Oakes about the call. He flipped the ball to Bill Oakes, and Bill Oakes said, "You're out of here." Threw him out just like that. Threw him out just like that. Okay. And so Pippen gets thrown out, and the Bulls come back from a 14-point deficit. Ironically, after Pippen gets thrown out of Game 2, they come back from a 14-point deficit. If Bill Cartwright had not missed those two free throws, okay? If Bill Cartwright had not missed those two free throws, then that John Starks dunk never would have happened, okay? But before that John Starks dunk, Bill Cartwright missed two free throws, okay? So, which led to the John Starks dunk over Jordan. Anyway, but Marv Albert asked him about that. Okay. He asked Pippen about that after practice, which was a little snippet they ran during Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Okay. And Pippen was like, well, first of all, he didn't even see either play. And if I recall correctly, Pippen said, but that's a critical time when you're trying to bounce back into the game. And to compound that, he threw me out. And Pippen also said, after Bill Oakes threw him out, he said, Marv Albert asked him, can't remember exactly what was said, but I know that Pippen said, after he was thrown out, Pippen said, hey, what did you see? And Bill Oakes said, Scottie, I missed it. It's rare that had officials tell players that. You don't hear about that. But Scottie asked Bill Oakes, said, hey, what did you see? He said, Scottie, I missed it. Okay. So, Marv Albert also made a passing joke that said, do you regret throwing the ball at him? And Pippen just kind of smirked and said, so Marv Albert made a little joke. Anyway, so it's Game 4 of the 1993 NBA Finals, okay? Bill Oakes is one of the officials calling the game, okay? Bill Oakes is one of the officials who is calling Game 4, okay? So Charles Barkley has the ball, okay? I told y'all I'm an NBA history nut, okay? So Charles Barkley has the ball, okay? He spins baseline, goes up for a dunk. The Bulls defense collapses. No foul is called, okay? Charles gets up. He's like, oh. Charles walks back to the huddle. He's still looking at Bill Oakes like, and so after they came back from commercial break, the Hazard, or the illustrator, Mike Fratello, looks at the replay. He explains the replay. He says, as Charles Barkley makes a great reverse pivot onto the baseline, but the Bulls defense collapses. And guess who Charles went at when he did that? Bill Oakes. Okay. And Mike Fratello noticed that Bill Oakes was about to hit him with a technical foul, but he didn't. But Bill Oakes didn't. Okay. Bill Oakes did not hit him with a technical foul. So the Czar talked about you need to remember the incident that happened back in Game 2 with Scottie Pippen in the Eastern Conference Finals. Marv Albert was like, yes, that was back in Game 2 where Pippen got thrown out. Bill Oakes, who had the quick thumb that night. Okay. So, Bill Oakes threw Scottie Pippen out in the Eastern Conference Finals in Game 2. But I think Bill Oakes was using just a little bit more patience with Charles Barkley. Because Charles Barkley lets referees have it, okay? We all know that Charles Barkley lets referees have it, okay? But Bill Oakes was like, nah. I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna let that go. So, I think Bill Oakes kind of had that in the back of his mind, I guess. So, but yeah, now I can truly say I'm going into the new year. I'm truly going into the new year. Happy New Year, y'all. Peace out. God bless.